The next morning, inside the Tianxiang garden, when Dustin arrived at the villa as invited, he discovered that aside from Natasha Harmon, there was also a burly middle-aged man present. The man wore a black martial outfit, his body bulging with muscles, his fists covered in thick calluses, clearly a seasoned martial artist. "Mr. Rhys, sorry to trouble you again." Natasha Harmon stood up to greet him. "We're friends, no need to be so polite. Besides, they specifically called me out. I can't really avoid it," Dustin said with a faint smile. After Ruth was kidnapped yesterday, Edwin Hummer's men had insisted Dustin be brought along. "Mr. Rhys, let me introduce you. This is Lu Chang, an elite fighter sent from the Harmon family headquarters," Natasha said, gesturing toward the middle-aged man. "So it's Master Lu, an honor to meet you." Dustin nodded with a calm and composed demeanor. "You're Dustin?" Lu Chang raised his chin, sizing him up. "I heard. You killed Spring Thunder and Summer Ice?" "More or less," Dustin replied with a nod. "What do you mean, more or less? Either you did or you didn't. Why be so vague? Don't tell me you used some kind of underhanded trick?" Lu Chang looked at him suspiciously. "It doesn't matter what I used, as long as it worked," Dustin said lightly. "Humph. As martial artists, we should be open and above board. Using dirty tricks may get you a win, but there's no honor in it." Lu Chang sneered. To him, someone like Dustin, without a proper lineage or sect, was just a street punk. "You're right, Master Lu." Dustin couldn't be bothered to argue. "To be blunt, Spring Thunder and Summer Ice were both defeated by me before," Lu Chang said arrogantly. "So don't think just because you beat a couple of nobodies, you can look down on everyone else. When you face a true master like me, you'll understand there's always someone better out there." Looking at Lu Chang's smug demeanor, Dustin couldn't help but feel speechless. Why did this guy show up acting like some overpowered protagonist? Who was really the arrogant one here? "Alright, that's enough for introductions. We're all on the same side here. Once we get to Hummer Villa, we'll need to watch out for each other," Natasha said calmly. "No need to worry. With me around, Edwin Hummer is nothing," Lu Chang said confidently. "Confidence is good, but don't be blind about it. Let me ask you, when is Aunt Lon arriving?" Natasha changed the subject. Aunt Lon was the wife of one of her cousins and a top-tier martial artist trained by the Harmon family, currently serving as Natasha's personal security chief. She was on a whole different level compared to Lu Chang, and her arrival would be a key factor in this standoff with Edwin Hummer. "Aunt Lon is on her way and should be arriving soon," Lu Chang replied. "Good. Since she's ready, let's move out," Natasha ordered without further discussion. With a single command, she led the group in a grand procession toward Hummer Villa. Hummer Villa was perched atop Sunlight Mountain and occupied a vast area. Practically the entire mountain was Edwin Hummer's territory. As the convoy drove up, sentries, both obvious and hidden, lined the path. Every movement of Natasha's party was under Edwin Hummer's close surveillance. Upon arriving at the villa, everyone disembarked and proceeded to the rear garden. At that moment, inside a garden pavilion, Edwin Hummer was leisurely trimming a vase of flowers with a pair of scissors. Behind him stood Master Lawson and a group of burly, intimidating men. "Miss Harmon, you've finally arrived. Please have a seat." Edwin smiled and gestured with the elegance of a host welcoming a friend. "Mr. Hummer, I heard you kidnapped my sister. Is that true?" Natasha asked as she calmly took a seat, her expression tranquil as a still lake. "To be honest, I only found out today. It was my subordinates acting on their own. I've already scolded them," Edwin replied with a thin, insincere smile. "Is that so? Well, if that's the case, hand her over," Natasha said. "Hand her over? That won't do." Edwin shook his head. "Your sister wrecked my venue, destroyed valuable antiques and paintings, and even injured several of my men. If I just let her go, how would I keep my reputation in Swinton? And what do you want then?" Natasha's eyes narrowed slightly. "It's simple, just pay me double for the damages," Edwin said with a smile. "I did the math. Your sister caused over 10 billion in losses. I won't ask too much, just hand over half of the Harmon family's assets in Swinton." "Half? Aren't you being a bit greedy?" Natasha's tone grew colder. "Miss Harmon, those assets are nothing to you. Your real battlefield is in the provincial capital. Giving me half won't affect you much," Edwin tried to persuade her. And if I refuse? Natasha countered. Debts must be paid. If you refuse, I can't guarantee your sister's safety. Edwin said with a smile that hinted at danger. You're threatening me? Natasha's face darkened. Just a friendly reminder. Of course, if you're unwilling, there's another option. Handle this by the rules of the underworld. But you'll have to wager everything, Edwin said with a faint smirk. Underworld rules? Natasha murmured thoughtfully. There was an unwritten rule in the business world. When two major forces had a irreconcilable conflict, they would settle it through a wagered duel to avoid bloodshed and public fallout. Each side would choose a referee and settle the matter through a best-of-3 duel. Winner takes all. Fine, we'll bet! Before Natasha could speak, Lu Chang stepped forward and shouted. It's just a ring battle, right? We'll see it through to the end. I'd like to see what you've really got. As soon as those words were spoken, Edwin Hummer gave a cold smile. That was exactly what he had been waiting for.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see